Guys, Dashman here, back with another MLP Franchise Magic Theory. That's right, we're back. And let's go straight into this one. Did the events of the episode The Mean Six actually weaken the elements? We see the elements glow black and then they release this big burst of light and melt the clones in what is easily one of, if not the most gruesome scene in this show. Yeah, at least it's not about the leaks. The only part of the leaks I've seen is that one scene. Anyway. But is it possible that the elements contain dark magic? Very possible, because for there to be a light, for the light to shine as bright as it does, there has to be a darkness. Like for the stars, like kind of element of magic shaped like stars, so like Tree Harmony in a way, to shine so bright, there has to be darkness or they wouldn't be visible at all. The main six would not be so famous, so well recognized. They would not shine so bright if there was not a darkness, if they had not defeated countless villains. So that sort of holds true in the show. And we got lots of evidence in Equestria Girls, the first film. Sunset just puts on the crown and just gets possessed in a way, because she does it because the crown apparently contains dark magic, because we see what is quite clearly dark magic. And I'm guessing that Sunset only has the dark magic, because that is dark magic, and she seems quite and while she's transforming, she seems quite unhappy with her form, but then suddenly is. And then she was a lot more extreme with her actions. It is theorized, though not confirmed, that Sombra was somewhat corrupted by dark magic. And in season 4, Rarity gets sort of possessed by dark magic, which is confirmed to be dark magic by Twilight at the very end of that episode. And then the dark magic sort of like sentient and flies away from her. Dark magic in MLP is quite clearly wild and uncontrollable. And there does have to be darkness for there to be light. The elements, for them to be so powerful with the magic of friendship, would also need to have darkness. And who remembers that line in Equestria Girls that never really got explained? Pop quiz. What happens when you bring an element of harmony into an alternate world? Yeah, we don't know. Tell us. Yeah, that's one of those unanswered questions of Equestria Girls. But then I noticed, when the ponies travel through the portal, they become humans, an intelligent race. Ponies are the dominant race of Equestria. Humans are the dominant race of the human world. Spike becomes a dog. He becomes the #1 assistant and companion to Twilight. Quite literally becomes a companion. It's almost as though in the human world, the creatures of Equestria become sort of like what their role in society is. Probably why the diamond dogs are different than Spike, because they are intelligent creatures, similar to the dominant race of Equestria. But Spike is a companion, so he becomes a dog, which explains a lot. And if the mirror world, if the human world sort of reveals what you truly are, maybe that's what that line meant. That's why the dark magic so easily comes out of the crown, and why Sunset was able to use it without the other 5. Because the element magic also apparently activates the other 5. Plus, we know that light magic in MLP also always requires a trigger. Or at least the elements of harmony do, when the main 6 use the power of the elements. Season 1, the spark of Twilight discovering the main 6 with her friends was the trigger. When she discovers the spark and says, "You all are my friends!" Boom! Rainbow lasers. Season 2 is a bit less noticeable, but in the Season 2 opener, we see Twilight activate the elements in part 2, while the rest of the main 6 are still discorded and Rainbow Dash isn't there. Spike doesn't fall into the air at all, and maybe since the main 6 were discorded, it was using the dark magic, which conflicted with the light magic attempt being used by Twilight's element. But it seems like in that episode, both times they tried to use the elements, Twilight was self-consciously activating them. Yeah. Season 3, the Star Wilson spell. Boom, finish that. Boom. I feel like Twilight was sort of transported into some kind of higher plane of being there. That's just what I think, but that's a theory for another day. Season 4, put the elements into the tree. Boom. Twist the chest. Boom. skip right on ahead to season 7, which by the way in the Equestria Girls just put on the ground. Boom. Although that was dark magic, so we're not counting that. Season 7, if you notice, the main 6 have to touch the pillars to combine their powers. And Twilight uses her unicorn magic to activate hers. And by the flashbacks in season 4, Celestia and Luna are levitating the elements. And since that using a normal magic aura, when we see Twilight activate her element in season 7, she's using like a normal magic aura, no flashy effects, basically. They were activating them, but you just don't see it, because they're already levitating things. So light magic needs a trigger, but as we'd already discussed, dark magic is wild and uncontrollable, like how Sunset turns to a raging she-demon, her words not mine, and, like, theorized to corrupt Sombra, and in this episode, the Mean Six. In the episode, of course, we have the Mean Six, the clones, but if light magic can only use a trigger, then it could not respond without the main 6 present and activating them. But the second the main 6 walks in, the dark magic within the elements does respond. And it destroys them quite brutally, but just give them a few hours, wrap them in those tentacles, I doubt they can get out, because they're probably too busy bickering with each other, and they're already melting. And they'll be dead anyway. Why'd you have to release a big flash of light to carry out the process? And also, why doesn't it take out Chrysalis? I'm gonna get the reasons for both of those. The first thing is, dark magic is wild and uncontrollable. And we don't know if the elements are an unlimited power source yet. Like, that is left somewhat unclear. Like, you thought, yeah, they gotta be. Then season 4 of, like, the Point of Vines, like, I get that, like, the magic was in the tree, but did the elements get their power from the tree, or did the tree get its power from the elements? Does it both work? Does that mean the elements are like an infinite power source? Life is strange. But it's somewhat vague whether or not they are an infinite power source, though I feel like the show is implying they are. But even so, the dark magic is left untouched for thousands of years, except for that one time Sunset used it, but that was only with the magic elements and stuff. But then, it uses all of it at once due to its uncontrollable nature. That violent explosion of light seems like almost as though, you know, it's using all of its power. And notice that the elements are glowing black. Perhaps that is because when it uses dark magic, the elements are black, while when it's using light, the elements are the different colours of the rainbow. Or just rainbows. Notice there's no friendship rainbow lasers here. Because that's not how dark magic works. It is not synchronized. It is not one blast of the colours. I made this sound really strange, aren't I? It is a massive, uncontrollable, violent, horrific burst. And we've never seen the elements constantly be used in quick succession. Aside from season 3, then season 4, not counting the movie, Equestria Girls, because the human 6 only briefly used. Like, they have the transformations like a very short amount of time. Since Twilight's an Alicorn princess and is actually a pony, maybe that would help somehow for her to retain her transformation and like part pony. I don't know. But it is still currently known as like Equestria Girls is canon, but I'd like to say yes because Flash Sentry in season 4 is basically, hey, the movies are canon. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Like, season 3 finale, I feel like transporting someone to wherever Twilight went would be quite easy for the elements. And the Point of Vines weren't exactly the strongest. I feel the tree could easily fend for itself for 1,000 years. So, season 4 feels like it took place over quite a large period of time. So I think we're fine with that one. But other than that, there's always like a season odd break. Or 2 seasons. Yeah. But the dark magic stayed untouched ever since the pillars first created the tree. First planted that seed even. And it's finally got free reign. The light cannot respond. The darkness explodes. But without darkness, there is not light. The less darkness there is, the weaker the light is. And just like that. With the element, all that dark magic exploding from the elements somewhat unnecessarily, would have weakened the darkness, so, even temporarily, the light too is weakened. The elements are weakened. As for why it does not hurt Chrysalis, maybe it's because she's a changeling, and although Season 2 implies the elements do work on her, it could just be because the light does not respond to her, but at the same time the clones and made of dark magic most likely is made from Chrysalis magic. Technically, Chrysalis magic is changeling magic, and that can be taught to ponies and applied in the comics notes and the comics are canon. I need to catch a breath because I'm talking way too fast. And yeah. Maybe it's because she changeling has the ability to become good, but at the same time, dark magic doesn't really care about that, does it? It was probably already using too much effort, and you never use darkness against darkness. Might work against the clones, but that's because even if they were formed from dark magic, they don't really seem to be able to wield it as, they couldn't really wield the elements. I don't know if they could wield the elements because they can't destroy them before they even got to touch them or anything. And I also notice how the elements respond to them out of sync, sort of like the disharmony, like the dark magic responds to them like one by one. Disharmony, like they're not activating all at once, like we usually see more proof this is dark magic at the work here. So, why doesn't it affect Chrysalis? Well, the clones, even if they are formed from dark magic, Chrysalis is not exactly from dark magic, she's from changeling magic, which isn't really evil by nature as well. It doesn't imply the elements will work on her if she's being evil enough, because I don't know if Discord's chaos magic is evil by nature. And yeah, we are seeing that the elements can be used to like, drag Stygian out because they created ropes. But that was the light magic, so you just don't use darkness against darkness. But changing magic against darkness, how would that play out? Well, I feel like Chrysalis isn't really doing any harm at the moment. She's just standing there, and the dark magic's probably exhausted anyway. And she is a changeling. Changing magic is not evil by nature, and the dark magic wouldn't really, respond to that. Yeah, it wouldn't really respond to changeling magic at all. And if you guys have seen my theory, probably going to be a link in the description on how to create more elements of harmony. Maybe this could be how that has come into play. The Main Six could somehow discover that the elements are weakened and decide, hey, I know, we need to make new ones. Or maybe, because we know Star Soul is making an upcoming episode titled Friendship U. And the series loves to drop finale hints. And, maybe they can make new ones. Maybe the Young Six will somehow get their hands to this information. And while the main six are apparently trapped in Tartarus in the finale, they can make new elements, maybe briefly wield them, then give them to the main six, like, hey, yours don't work anymore, take these. But, like I said, the dark magic in the elements is temporarily weakened. And along with it, the light is weakened. The elements themselves have begun to lose power.